guys doing? Good? Okay. So what we're going to talk about today is we're going to talk about when you're in school and you take tests. Do you guys remember some tests that you've taken in school?
Yeah.
Like way back in December you took the math test on the computer, yeah? And this month you've been taking a test with your teacher at the small table, right? Do you guys know why your teachers give you tests?
No.
What are some reasons why teachers might give you a test? Oh, and what do you think?
To make you smarter.
To make you smarter, yeah. Charlie, what do you think?
To make you learn like numbers and letters and stuff that you don't know.
Okay. Evie, what do you think?
So you will learn.
So you'll learn more. Do you want to tell me something, Logan, about that?
Oh, and then
Well, you know what? Your teacher's job is to put new knowledge inside of your brain to make sure you've learned all the things you need to do in kindergarten. But can your teacher see what's happening inside of your brains?
No.
Can she look inside your ears and see your learning happening in there? Can she see it? No.
She's not a doctor.
She can't do that, right? So in order for her to know how much learning is happening inside of your brain, you have to show her what you know, and that's what tests are. So you guys have taken a lot of tests lately, and you guys have showed your teacher a lot of things that you know. Do you know how you did on those tests? Well, let's see. Let's see how you, what we're going to do is we're going to look at some of the numbers on here, and you're going to see how much smarter you are now than you were at the beginning of the year. Do you guys know how much smarter you are? So over here, I'm going to show you, here's some numbers. The goal for this one was 37, and you got a 75. Is that number bigger than this number? Look how smart you are there. This is about letter names. The goal was 37, and look at what number you got. Is your number bigger than 37? Yes, so look how many letter names you know. Look how many letter names you know there. And then there's one underneath it that's about sounds and putting together your sounds. Look at that big number right there. Do you see how many sounds you were able to put together? Is that a lot? Absolutely. And then let's look down here at the bottom. This is reading. This is where you had to read. Do you see that number? Do you have some big numbers there? That's how many words you were able to read. Were you able to read so many words?
How many?
Yeah.
Did you read more words in the middle of the year than you did at the beginning of the year?
I don't know.
You did, look. So, have you guys already learned a whole lot of things so far in kindergarten? Yes. Do you know how much more kindergarten you have left until you're first grader? You have about half a year. So you're about halfway through with kindergarten. You've almost been in school for 100 days.
I know.
Almost 100 days now, okay?
34 days.
Almost. So what we're going to do now is we're going to think about what things we want to set goals about. What do we want to learn more about so we can be ready for first grade at the end of the school year. Are you guys ready to think about that? What we could do to get ready for the end of the year? So we're going to think about what things we could get better at so that at the end of the year we're totally ready for first grade. All right, so I'm going to show you some things in your packet that show you some things that you are going to be ready for, and you guys are going to decide what you want to have be a goal for you, okay? Okay, so on your pages you will have some things on there that I highlighted. These are things that you've worked on a little bit in kindergarten, but that you could work on a little bit more to be ready for first grade, okay? So one of them says spelling words. So spelling words, some words that have vowels, consonants, consonant, vowel, consonant. Yes. So those are some things you could work on. This one is talking about identifying syllables or word parts. Have you guys talked about word parts? Yeah. So that's something that you could work on. And see, yours right here, Logan, talks about spelling words with vowels and consonants, or consonant, vowel, consonant. So that's one thing you could work on. All right. And then let me show you something else that you could work on too. So this one is about parts of a story. So Evie, you could work on spelling. Do you see that? You could work on spelling and reading. Oh, you see that part right there? That's another part that you could work on. And let's see, Charlie, what you have in yours. You have spelling on yours. You're absolutely right about that. And then this is parts of a story. Do you know about parts of a story? Like the problem and the solution? Do you know about that? Yeah? And Logan, let's see what yours has in here. Okay. This is talking about putting together parts of words, the onset and the rhyme, like you did today when you were practicing stations, like hat, and putting it together like that. So that's what that one's about too. So I want you to think about those things that your brain is ready to learn. Can you think of one of those things that you want to have be your goal, that you want to get ready for first grade? Is there one of those things that you think maybe that's the thing I want to work on? Charlie, what do you think? On parts of a story? Okay, I'm going to write that down for you. So you want to work on, this is your goal. You're going to work on this one, which is parts of a story. That's a great goal. So you're going to work on parts of a story. Anybody else have an idea what you think you want to work on? Evie, what do you want to work on?
I want to work on reading.
You want to work on reading? Okay, so I'm going to write that down. Okay. Let's see how many classes that was. 2. So you want to work on reading. Decoding words. That's a good goal, Evie. I like it. Okay. Anybody else have an idea what you think you want to work on? Do you know what you want to work on, Owen? Do you want to work on spelling, or do you want to work on parts of a story?
I want to.
What do you think?
Maybe spelling.
Spelling, okay. So I'm going to write that down for you. That's going to be your goal that you're going to work on that, okay? Now let's see. Okay. Spelling. All right, Logan, what do you think you want to work on? Do you want to work on spelling? Do you want to work on blending onsets and rhymes? Spelling? Okay, that's a good one.
I like it.
Spelling is important, right?
I like it.
So that way people can read what we're trying to write. Okay, now, everybody look at that goal that you have. You will have some great goals written down. How do you think you could get better at those things? What are some things that you do at school that can help you get better at those things? What do you think, Libby?
You could practice.
Okay, when do we practice things like this? Like spelling and reading? When do we practice that? Do you know when we practice it, Evie?
Every day.
Every day, that's true. Logan, what do you think? Mhm. What do you do in school that helps you to learn how to read? Yeah. Do you guys come to the teacher table to practice those things?
Yeah.
Yes.
Barbie.
You do, absolutely. And does that help you? Yes. What about when you do Amplify on the computer? Does that help you with your spelling and your word reading?
Not as good as all the others because it has screens.
Because it has screens. But does it still help you?
Yes.
What about when you do stations by yourself? Does that help you with your spelling and practicing that and your word reading? Yeah? What do you think, Charlie? You think so?
Brian.
And your goal about parts of a story, do you guys read stories with your teacher sometimes and talk about the stories? So can that help you with that goal too? Yeah, what do you think, Owen?
You can also practice it at home.
You could also practice it at home
With your
too.
mother and father.
That's right. Do you only have to practice things at school, or can you practice things at home too?
At home too.
So each of you now has a goal. It's something you want to work on getting better at. What do you think will happen if you work on this goal and you get better at it? What do you think will happen the next time you take a test in class? What do you think could happen, Charlie? You can do it. Do you think your score would be higher the next time you took a test? Do you think you could get more questions right, Owen?
You can achieve a goal.
You could achieve a goal. What do you think, Evie?
Your goal might be 100.
Maybe you get them all right and you get 100, right, Logan? Yeah. So think about your goal, that thing that you want to work on, and think about how you can practice that when you go to stations today, when you do your Amplify, when you come to the teacher table, and think about how that will help you to get even better at things so you're going to be ready for first grade, right?